Welcome to episode 6 of our illustration series. In this episode we'll be looking at adding highlights and shadows to your artwork. This will make them feel a bit more three-dimensional and give them a little bit more character. We are close to getting to the final stages now of our artwork series, and as you can tell, the process is a lot of fun and it's not as difficult as you may have once believed. With some basic drawing skills and some sketching skills, you can turn simple sketches into colourful, bright and lively pieces of artwork which you'll be proud of. Once again, there are various ways that you can actually add the highlights and shadows to your artwork, and different illustrators will use different methods that suit them. In this video I will just be showing you a simple way that I add the highlights and shadows. The process is the same for both. You just use obviously a darker tone for the shadows and a lighter one for the highlights. In future videos I may show you some different methods of doing the same kind of process which you might find easier, or you might prefer these methods. So it's entirely up to you. As long as you achieve the same thing, it doesn't matter how you go about it. So let's go check out the process.
Okay, for this next video we are looking at doing the shadows and highlights. So what I like to do is to, above the base colour, create a new layer and call it so you got, we'll just call it highlights, and then we can add those. I'll do a separate one here as well for slime highlights. There we go. So we're going to focus on the main highlights, and we'll also do a shadows. So there we are, we've got those layers set up. So first of all, it's easier probably to start with the shadows. So I'm going to do his main skin in shadows. So now I'm going to go back to using the pen. So I'm now using the Wacom pen. We're going to use the brush mode, and we are going to select. So press I to select the colour. What we do is we just want to find a darker version of this colour that we can use for shadows. Something like that, maybe. If we go in and have a look, we can change. So B for brush, we can just see what that's going to look like. That's quite a nice colour. So here we basically can change the brush size using the brackets. And we are drawing on that layer. Well, I went over it there. So we'll lift the pen off now and again, just so that you don't have to delete everything. The colouring is the fun part as well. Once you've got your character created, it is nice to add some colour which brings life to the character. So I'm not sure how we're going to go about that bit yet, but we'll just play it by ear. It's all, again, it's just a case of trying out what works. And again, the main inking layer is what's hiding all these overlaps. As long as you don't go over the overlaps, like, it's pretty straightforward stuff. There we go. And then we just use the brackets again to control the size of the brush. I'm just going to colour it in down to there. You can zoom out and have a look at that. That looks pretty cool. Just need to tidy up this bit here. So come up to here like that. And do that. There we go. Go to a small brush. Yep, that works for me. And then we can add the same sort of thing to his. So we're going to add a bit of my hand making that noise. Yep. We went out a little bit there. Okay, and then you can just go over these little bits just to give them a little bit more. I shrink it down, and I want to just run this up behind the eye a little bit, like that. There we are. Here we do the same. Whee! Got a bit wafty there. Control Z. We'll do that again. Shrink the brush down a little bit. Okay. And just scribble. And we can add a little bit here. Add a little bit here. Actually, might as well fill that in. Yep, that's fine by me. I'm going to add a little bit here, a bit here. And then we want to just curve this out a little bit. And there, curve that out a little bit there. There we go. And then I want to add just a little bit of colour under here, so let's just get in here and just add a little bit there, come through here, that, and probably shrink the brush down to a little bit there. Maybe just a little bit there. How's that look? I don't like that. Leave that plain, I think. And then just going to add little subtle bits here. Here he is. So next we'll lock that layer and we'll go onto the highlights layer. And then do exactly the same again. This time we will go for highlights, obviously. Okay, brush. So it's like, where do you want the highlights to go? Try and get some nice shapes in here. Oh, this is. Alright, let's choose the smaller brush. No, okay. Let's be gentle with this brush. Okay. Yeah, I think he's looking good, man. I think he just needs the slime doing now. So let's go to the slime highlights. So we go here and click on here and go for that. So we just want it on these corners on the right hand side, I think. I did not that last one. Okay, and then we want slime shadows, don't we? And then on this layer, we want a darker version of this. Eyedropper, slightly darker. Yep. Brush. We want to just be able to go in. We can just go right underneath this now because I think all of the above covers it. Like that. In fact, we can then come out. Shape come out like Yeah. There we are, and then we. So if we now lock all the layers and turn them all off, so we've got the inking and the slime, we've got the base colours of the main snail, base colours of the slime, shadows of the slime and highlights of the slime. And then you've got the shadows of the snail and the highlights. And there we are. And that to me is the final art. One last change is that the blue of the slime and the blue of the studs are too similar. So what I've done is I've chosen this darker colour, which I think works better. So what I'll do is I'll select all of the blue sections and then eyedropper that colour, and now I think that to me looks a bit more contrasty and a bit more complete. I think that works better.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's made things a bit clearer for you when adding highlights and shadows to your artwork, and hopefully your designs are coming on just as well. Let me know in the comments below if these videos are helpful to you, or if you've learned something you didn't know. And if you did enjoy the videos, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell in case I post any future videos. It's good to have you on board. See you in the next video. Take care, dudes.